Proudly for your dad, first African-American state senator in the state of Delaware. Everything about. And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
What's up, everyone? Jazz Broganzo here. What's next? An update. There was a story that I did the other day in regards to the WNBA. Yeah, you know, the league that can't make a dime, no supply, very little demand, and lots of women. Well, let's take a look. This comes out of Outkick. WNBA suspends coach who was called Little White One. Yes. Earlier this week, when Liz Cambage of the Las Vegas Aces said on Instagram that a coach had called her 300 pounds, well, if you look at her size, yeah. And she will never let a little white man, disrespect her. Well, that little white man, also known as Connecticut Sun's general manager and coach Kurt Miller, has now apologized. Of course he did. Fined and has been suspended. He's in trouble. For background, she described herself as big old Biatch, responded to Miller's insult by insulting him. If there's one thing about me that I will never let a man diss me, especially a little white one, she said in an Instagram video. Excuse me. A little white one. What does a skin color have to do with anything? If you know, please let me know. So, yeah. The fact of the matter is that if you see a picture of her, Liz Cambage, yeah, she's a big girl. She lists at 6'8", 215, 216, but if you look at her, she's more like 240, 250-ish. She says she's 235, so at least there's a little truth there. But because the coach calls her out at 300 pounds, she feels she's being dissed, even though she calls herself a big biatch. Coach gets suspended. But she brings up his skin color, nothing happens to her. So instead of she getting suspended, which she should have gotten suspended for bringing up skin color. There's no reason to bring up race whatsoever. It's called shite talk. Players do it all the time. No matter what the league, players do it all the time. And if you're so thin-skinned that you got to go to the league and have this little white man suspended because my feelings are hurt, and you wonder why no one watches the league, and you wonder why no one watches this league. Pathetic. Absolutely. This story here, this comes out of National File. Biden says George Floyd's 7-year-old hugged him, wanted to sit on his lap, ate his ice cream. My wife would kill me. Oh boy. We gotta have fun with this. Biden says Floyd's 7-year-old daughter threw her arms around me, quote, gave me a big hug and wanted to sit on my lap. This is the same guy who talked about my hairy legs, calling kids roaches, while being surrounded by black children when he was running last year. President Dementia revealed that George Floyd's 7-year-old daughter, Gianna, threw her arms around him, hugged him, and asked him to sit in his lap. Biden then provided her snacks, including ice cream, and said, Jill, Dr. Jill, who's not a real doctor, would kill him if she knew. You think? While discussing his interactions with the family of George Kirby, George Floyd, the deceased fentanyl user and who died in police custody after attempting to pass a fake 20 1 year ago today. 2 days ago. He revealed that Floyd's 7-year-old daughter, Gianna, quote, threw her arms around me, gave me a big hug, sat in my lap. He asked that she then announced she was hungry and asked Biden for snacks. My wife would kill me. We gave her some ice cream. She had some Cheetos. I think she had some chocolate milk before revealing he could not remember the other snacks provided to the 7-year-old. Biden has repeatedly had strange interactions with children. Oh my, and they are plenty. Earlier this year, in part of the televised CNN Hall event, Biden declared, unprompted, that he likes children more than people. Only 6 days before, Biden appeared to flirt with a nurse on camera and told her, "You look like a freshman." Even as Kamala Harris looked on, Kamala Harris. Harris previously said she believed the woman accusing Biden of sexual assault. She did. She blasted him in a debate where she was running for president, which she never received 1 percentage vote in her state of California. But yet, she's the vice president. Well, power speaks. National File published the entire diary of Ashley Biden, the daughter of Joe Biden, who revealed that she believes she was, molested as a child, but does not remember the details. She also reveals that she had probably not appropriate, quote, showers with Biden as a child. Oof. Wow. And engaged in sexualized activity as a young age. Holy cow. Quote, "Was I molested? I think so. I can't remember specifics, but I do remember trauma," wrote the author, before listing a series of potential incidents, one of which have included Ashley Biden's cousin, Caroline Biden. As the author says, she remembers being somewhat sexualized along with a person named Caroline. The author added that she remembers, quote, "showers with my father that were probably not appropriate." My thoughts. How this story took a turn. What was Creepy Joe? Haven't heard that one in a while. Creepy Joe Dementia. Yes, the most transparently, fairly elected president of our time has an issue with children. There is plenty of video to substantialize this. There is eyewitness accounts, articles, video, and now his daughter in a book, which basically got pushed so far in the back burner that it got thrown out the window into the trash bin and picked up the next morning. But National File's on top of this. One, I can be honest with you, I did not know about this. And two, excuse me, yikes. So when you decide to bring the family of St. George Kirby to the White House and basically pay homage to a man who was high on fentanyl, who had a criminal record, who pointed a gun at one of those criminal one of those criminal acts happened to be pointing a gun at the stomach of a woman, as I mentioned in a previous video. But yet, let's anoint him saint because, just because. So, but the accusations from his daughter, and also mentioning her cousin. Wow, it's well, that's a lot to take in. It's sad, it's pathetic, but then again, this is Joe Dementia, a sad and pathetic little man who happens to hold the keys to the most powerful office on the planet. Yeah. But you can't call this guy, you can't say it's, that's just Joe being Joe. No. And you can't say that you weren't warned, because this has been going on for decades. But yet, let's put this creepy old man in the White House because Orange Man Bad had some mean tweets. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Broganzo. This is What's Next. If you like what you see here, comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.